Okie dokie. So, do you have your squishy balls? All right, excellent. I know some of these have a longer stem in them than others. The one I'm using has a short one. For those of you joining us in the recording, if you have one of these that you ordered from Amazon, the purple ball, I did notice it has a little bit longer stem. So please be careful that it doesn't poke you. So you want to try to position the stem so it's either going in this way or down. So you might even kind of have whatever body part is resting on the top of the ball kind of towards the stem so that it doesn't poke you. So that is number one important instruction. And then we're going to start with it pretty squishy. So we're going to have to do a little playing around with this when we get on the ball to make sure it's the right level of squish. This is about what was working for me when I was playing around with it. So if you could imagine pancaking that between your hands and about that size-ish, but your body's different. So you might find that you want a little less air, a little more air. So we can just adjust that as we go through this journey. Alrighty. So now we're going to come into our neck release. So this especially is where you want to be careful of the stem on your ball, that it's not poking up into your head at all. So we're going to take our ball now and place it on the back of the head. So it's a little higher up than the neck area. So just sort of, again, wiggle around till that feels like it's in the right spot. Like you're floating on a little cloud there. Again, not too high, not too low, but just spreading out across the whole back of the head. Now, I will warn you, your hair might get stuck in the sticky ball here, so just adjust as you need to. If it grabs you, just do whatever you need to do there. Okay, arms are by our sides, though. All right, coming through this series, let's just find the arch and tuck of the neck, just like we would the hips. So we're going to tip the head back and then draw the chin into the chest. And I want to start with a comfortably full range of motion first. We're going to make that a little smaller in a moment. So tipping back and tipping down. Let's do that a couple more times here. You can keep your eyes closed or open if you get it all dizzy with this. So with vertigo, you're going to want to probably keep your eyes open and move even slower. Okay. And now just find that neutral neck position. Take a breath. Let your head relax into the buoyancy of the ball. Now we're going to do that again in a very, very small range of motion. So think micro movement, just like an inch up and an inch down. And the area that we are looking to hydrate now is the first and second cervical vertebrae. So right where your head and your spine meet, it's really a small range of motion. So challenge yourself to go slow, moving mindfully, breathing gently. One more time. And then again, release to neutral. And as we relax the jaw, that just helps our full weight let go, so we're not gripping anywhere. Okay, now slowly turn your head to the right. Let's just see where a comfortable range of motion is. Stopping if you feel any discomfort there. Notice where there might be any tightness. And then slowly back through center. You're going to feel the ball shifting under your head. It'll probably feel a little bit funny at first. And then turn your head to the left. Okay, so we're going to do that again. All the way back over to the right, slow-mo. And then all the way back over to the left. Good. Now come back to center and pause. Now this next movement is really hard to explain, so bear with me. You might even look up here for a second and I'll see if I can come up to the screen and show you better, but this is what it looks like. So we're going to turn the head to the right, and it might feel like that ball is going to just pop right out behind you. So in this position, so we're kind of keeping our gaze across the floor, we're going to move the whole head back a little to the left. So it's like you have this string attached from the back of your skull. It's going to pull it back. So let me do that again so you can see it. So from center, I'm turning my head to the right. I'm going to keep my right ear down. So in other words, I'm not turning my nose back up to the ceiling. So I'm right ear down. I'm looking kind of parallel to the floor. And then my whole head is going to pull back to the left. And it's going to allow more of my right ear to relax on that ball. So try that. Let me see if I can come up here and show you. This is going to be interesting. All right. So turn and then kind of draw the head back. It's almost like you're going to keep the chin tucked in a little as you draw it back. Do that one more time. So we turn, draw it back. Okay, and you're going to stay there. That's hard to do, not on a ball. I have to tell you, the ball is a really nice partner in that movement. All right. So you're in that position. Your head is turned to the right. You've drawn it back a little. Take a breath. Just let the weight of the head sink in here. Let your left shoulder be heavy. And then we're going to create our micro movement here, nodding yes. So just tipping the head about an inch up and an inch down. So again, small range of motion. So we have a lot of different neck muscles here. The sternocleidomastoids are one of the main areas that we're given some love to here. There are, I call them our fright or our startle muscles. When we suddenly have a fright and the shoulders get pulled up to the ears, and sometimes they forget to drop back down again. So these here through the front of the neck, just sort of massaging that area. And then again, finding stillness, take a breath. And we're going to do that coming to the other side. So slowly bring your head back through center. Pause. You might have to readjust the ball here a little bit occasionally. And then turn your head to the left. And same thing, we're going to imagine that string on the back of the skull, pulling the head back. So more of that left ear can rest on the ball. Wiggle the shoulders where they need to be. And just let the weight of your head sink in. Shoulders melting into the floor. And then micro movement, tilting the head up and down. So you might be able to feel that little bit of movement here through the right side of the neck, sort of front and side of the neck, down to the collarbones. And then pausing in stillness for one more breath. Good. Bring your head back to center. Readjust there as you need to. And now we're going to trace a small circle on the ceiling. So think about the size of a small orange, like a navel orange size. And we're just going to trace that circle with the nose. So again, this movement is really meant to hydrate that first and second cervical vertebrae. And your circle might feel a little bit rough around the edges. I'm noticing mine feels a little jerky, and that's normal. So in somatic yoga, this would be what we call sensory motor amnesia, which just means that there's some tightness in those muscles. They haven't fully woken up to their fluid movement potential, but that's what we're creating the opportunity for here. Good. All right, let's go the other way. Reverse. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Just take another circle or two in this direction. And again, you might notice if one direction feels smoother than the other. It's amazing how much tension can get up into these muscles, right from the base of the skull, that whole area. Okay, come back to center, pause again, just take that one full breath to let the weight of your head fully let go into the support of the ball. Neck, chest, shoulders, arms, back, hips, legs, relaxed. Neat. And then slowly take that ball away. Let your head rest on the floor and notice how it feels. It might feel like you have a head attached to your body now. You can roll the head around a little. Let's check our range of motion as we roll left to right. See if anything changed there. Yeah. And back to center.